to have the people coming on here to be connected in this community that we are connected in. I mean, y'all see the Felons X. Y'all see the people that come in here, when Chuck interviewed the felons and the other ones that come in here and all the work that's going on. You got Sister Kenya and all these other powerful, powerful women who have came in here, told their story, stood on their platform, and reached out to y'all, and y'all have responded with love and support. And it is huge to us.
3, 2, 1, go!
What's going on, everybody? Y'all already know who it is. It's your boy Big Bro Los coming at you from the studio, Felons Ain't Failures 42 Podcast. Listen, everybody out there, as usual, tipping my hat to y'all, man, for supporting us, for standing by us, for listening to us, for growing with us. So today, I kind of want to talk about just where we came from as a podcast, because where we are today is monumental. And it's not just because of what we're doing right here in front of the camera. There's a lot of work that goes on outside the camera, outside the studio, in different parts of the studio where we're having meetings and other people are meeting. So I kind of just want to bring you back to where we started from. Like, it began with, y'all know the podcast, Pastor, my little bro, Chuck, same mama, same daddy. Shout out to Honeycomb. That's what he would have said if he would have been here right now. But it kind of just started out, with him as his vision being what it was, but we in this room with a cell phone and a table and 2 chairs, kind of just getting started, coming in the blind, not really knowing where we was going, but we know what the mission was and where we were trying to go. Now, whether or not we were going to achieve it, it had remained to be seen. But just to where we are today, just to look at the studio and how we have advanced in our equipment, in our broadcasting. And that comes from, again, a lot of things that go on outside of this studio. So when me and Chuck started, we still got this phone and stuff. I had a homeboy, still my homeboy, who I work with, and I had been telling him about the podcast. He was like, yeah, I'll come in and check it out. I'll do a little something, producing on the side. So let me see how y'all roll. And he just wanted to see how we went. The man came in, I'm pretty sure I done told this story before on camera. Lopez, the super producer, the chubby Quincy Jones, sat down and just watched what we was doing, looking at the phone that we had set up and recording us while me and Chuck was putting out our episode. And then when we were done, he showed us some stuff on his cell phone that he put together that, as he was just sitting there, took our podcast to another level. And Chuck was like, okay, well, that's it. This man is on the team, So it begins. So if we were here at that point, and now we're way to the top. And I mean, Lopez has took us to a position where it's just so engaging, because we touch so many people in so many different ways because of what we say, but because of what he's done and how he presents it. Every time we come in here and we sit in the studio and we doing our little podcast, or we sitting out in our pre-meeting getting things together, he has so many positive ideas, so many paths that we can take, so many choices and options for us to look at. It gives us a broader range to get to the people out there. Y'all know I say it all the time. This is the People's Podcast. So it's the People's Podcast. And we trying to make this about all of us, man. Like I said, we're building a community one episode at a time. So then it started coming to the point where we're reaching more people. People outside the studio, are connecting with us. Chuck working hand in hand with several other people, where it's gotten to the point, we're applying for grants and got a grant, and the grant we got, mind you. And I didn't notice until we were down at the presentation when they were awarding us this grant, that it was only a total of 36. It was a total of 36 people who applied for the grant, but there were only 20 grants. Only 20 grants available. We would love it that everybody could have got the grant, and it's going to be a situation or times, hopefully, where everybody can get the money, but sometimes it just doesn't work that way. So we put in what we could put in, trying to let the people know how Fellas Ain't Failure 42 operates. And we were one of the 36, and we were also ended up being one of the 20. We got the grant. Thank God for that. And thank the people outside, Sam and everybody else out there who was grinding for us to get this money, So to be where we are, to have the people coming on here, to be connected in this community that we are connected in. I mean, y'all see the Felons X. Y'all see the people that come in here, when Chuck interviewed the felons and the other ones that come in here and all the work that's going on. You got Sister Kenya and all these other powerful, powerful women who have came in here, told their story, stood on their platform, and reached out to y'all, and y'all have responded with love and support. And it is huge to us. And I'm looking at something on the wall right now that says, you grow by reacting, and growth is mandatory. And that's what we wanted to do. When we're growing, as we're growing, we are reacting to it. We see the people that come aboard. We see the opportunities that are out there for us. We see the money. If we present ourselves the way we know it that we can do, we can get some more money to build what we have here. We looking so much to eventually get out into the community. We want to get into the prisons. We're starting the youth mentorships programs. We got so much lined up. It is more than us just sitting behind this table. We are including everybody out there that wants to be a part of it. We are looking so forward. Especially, I'm looking forward to the mentor program. There are so many youths. We're going to work something out where we can kind of get them in here, show them how we do a podcast, because I know everybody in the world got a podcast, but does it really mean something to them, or are they doing it for monetary purposes? We are doing this because this means something to us. We all have a story to tell, one way, some kind of way, different one way or another. So we want to also get out into the community. I plan on getting like on South St. Pete one time. Just come out on the corner, man, and just hanging out. And we want everybody to come out and say hi. We try to get everybody to come out, mention stuff in the comments. We are the same people that grew up in the same places you grew up. We all went to the same recreation centers. We all swam in the same pools. We might have all didn't go to the same high school, but some of us did. And if we did, we ended up hanging out in the same place. We are still here. God still has us on the schedule. There's so many things about this podcast that I am so happy about, because I got to admit, when I got ready to retire from the city, when I started getting close to retirement, like maybe the last 5 years, my mindset was, guess what? I ain't got to get up at 6:30 in the morning anymore. I don't have to come out here and be in this hot sun anymore. I'm going to be retired. I'm going to have a pension or whatever, and now I'm done. I ain't got to do nothing. That was my plan. Was it a good plan? It was the plan that I had, but when Chuck came to me with this, mind you, me planning on just being part-time with it, come in every now and then, and I've been here since the first day, but once I got involved with it, once I started wrapping myself around what we were doing here, once we put the content out there and people started responding and being a part of it and be like, hey, once I saw and felt what was going on inside this room when we are in here, it changed my life. It changed my life. Number one, because my mother gets to see what her kids are doing, her children are doing. And I have never seen her so proud. And it's one thing, we all know our parents are proud of us. Most of our parents, are proud of us, But when we put out these episodes, or when she's sitting in the studio and she listen to what we're saying and she see the comments from y'all out there in the community thanking her sons for making a difference in their lives, or giving them different options, or just being able to hear somebody tell them that it's going to be okay and we're going to make it happen and we're going to roll out there with you. It makes me so proud for my mom to be able to see that, right here today. And then to sit next to my little brother. Y'all know how I feel about that dude. To sit here next to him on this camera in the other room wherever we may be, discussing this podcast and getting it together, changed my life. I mean, yeah. So no, I won't. I won't be just sitting around not worried about not having to go to work anymore because I'm retired. I'm now sitting around excited for the next time I come into the studio. So we can get in here and work, so we can get here and put out the content. We are growing. We at 500 followers right now. And we looking forward to the next one and the next one and the next one. But I've spoken to y'all before about the village. We are all part of this village. Felons Ain't 42 Podcast. Felons Ain't Failures 42 Podcast. We are all part of this village. We support one another. I'm not just talking about the team. I'm talking about our listeners out there. We're supporting you. We are here for you. We are listening to your stories, and when those that are comfortable and come through and want to share their story, we are here for that. That's what the village is about. We hand in hand. We locked in. We arm in arm. We are going to continue with every bit of power that we have to make this thing global. We want to help everybody, man. We want to help everybody. And at the same time, I said it before, it's helping us. It's helping me. It's helping the podcast pastor. It's helping CMOS DMOS. It's helping Big Coop, the knowledge professor. It's helping all of us. We are all growing. We are all learning, and we are all engaged. And we own this train, and we are not jumping off the tracks. The path has been chosen. Say it all the time on Facebook. The path has been chosen, and we are ready. We're going to continue to educate. We're going to continue to motivate. And most importantly, we're going to continue to elevate. Y'all stay on board with us. Be there for us. And we're going to keep rolling. We're going to keep rolling. Keep rolling. Whatever comments you got, whatever ideas you guys have, I know a lot of people who run podcasts say that, and they don't even look at the comments and stuff that come up. We do. Any suggestions, anything you feel like we could do better, anything you feel like that's really, really touched you and we like to go a little more in depth with what we're talking about, we will do that. Send us your comments. Let us know what you want to talk about, and we will continue to roll. This village is strong. This village is engaged, and this village ain't going nowhere. Nothing's going to tear us down. Nothing's going to tear us down, okay? So y'all hanging there with us. Be there for us, because we definitely going to be there for you. Fellas Ain't Failure 42 Podcast. Peace. 3, 2, 1, go!